What is up, everybody? My name is Andrew, and welcome back to Space Engineers Survival 2025. This is episode number 51, and I'm joining you on a complete snowstorm. Actually, it's not called the snowstorm anymore. I changed the name, and I'll show you that in just a second. But off camera, I did a lot of work with the help of the build and repair system to get a lot of this stuff welded up. And now we have essentially a complete ship. So you'll see a couple things I did. I removed the door right there and added another connector. I think that made a lot more sense. We renamed the ship to the Solar Storm because I think it actually goes really well and I like it. So we have now the Solar Storm. I added, let's see, a couple beams here and there. I added a couple doors so you could get in. You guys, this is one of the areas that's not complete yet, and I don't really know what to do here. So I don't know. I might complete that in this episode, getting that fixed up. All we really need to do is add windows or figure out how we want to do that, but that's probably the only area of the ship that's still missing a little bit. I did a little bit of work on the back to make it look a little nicer, and other than that, let's see, I added weapons everywhere. So we now have another, instead of the railguns that were here, we now have a giant artillery cannon, and then down here we have another turret for the back. Let's see, we have a couple of weapons down here as well now. Yeah, all the way down here we have a couple, let's see, a couple of those guys. Yeah, lots of weapons. The snowstorm has essentially turned into a warship, I think. I've also added a lot of gyros here and there. So we have gyros right there. We have some gyros. If I go over here, we can see in there, we have gyros, plenty of gyros everywhere so that we can actually maneuver. And let's hop in the ship. You'll see it's a little bit more maneuverable now. There we go. Look at that. Look how quickly we turn. This is not like insanely quick, but it's a little bit quicker than it was before. So I think that's good to have all those gyros. I mean, if we look in here, we can now see that we have now gyro. Look at all these gyros that we have on the ship. That's a crazy amount of gyros, and I need to rename them all to snowstorm gyros probably. But yeah, the ship is now gyroed out. Now you'll also notice up there, those little yellow things, those are our little ships. I actually, off camera as well, spent a lot of time tweaking the system over here, and we'll go back over there just to see it here. But I finally got this thing working because it's been broken for a long time. So now all of these are working. We have all the ships built up because I was testing them. They all have a button. This is number C, or letter C. This is letter D. I just didn't put a thing on it because I was lazy. But yeah, if I press this button, for instance, it'll launch, and I'll press it for now just to give you guys a view. So that'll open. We wait a couple seconds. I mean, it's the same way that it was on the snowstorm, but yeah, it just works now. So there we go. It launches, it goes up. And what it's gonna do now is it's gonna start looking for something to attack, a target. I don't know why it just aimed at me. That's a little weird. Oh, you know what? I think it's actually going after that gremlin. That's not good. That's, okay, well, I'm just gonna let it do its thing. And it's gonna go after the gremlin. This is awkward. Sorry, gremlin, I didn't mean to do that, but that's the thing with these guys. When you release them, they're basically their own being. They're AI controlled, which means that it can decide that it wants to attack the gremlin. And right now, it is attacking the gremlin. And I'm not, no, look at those hit markers. I'm sorry, gremlin. Look, yep, I'm sorry. The independent contractors are gonna hate me. I just hope that doesn't come back to bite me in the butt. Well, regardless, we're gonna let that attack the gremlin, and we're gonna continue on our journey. Did I do anything else? I don't think so. All of our thrusters are built up though, and we have, let's see, we have those thrusters. I think everything else is good. This still needs to be welded. Again, I probably need to hand weld this or something, but everything else is good, and I think we're ready to go. So what we wanna do in this episode is the goal is to go for one of those encounters, like a prototech encounter or something. We have some. There's that one over there. We could go after that one right there, or we could go after this one over here, 5,000 kilometers away. And honestly, I think 5,000 kilometers is not bad. We have a space pirate mayday signal over there as well. I think maybe we'll turn to go after that 5,000 one over there. So let's hop into our driver's seat. There's a couple things I need to do. Namely, I need to move those weapons. Yeah, okay. I need to move. All right, and then the only other thing I need to do, what is that, a military escort? Okay, I think the gremlin has tried to run away. It might be stopped. It's possible that our ship has destroyed it, I don't know. Wait, we have an armed ship, hang on. I just saw that. We have an armed ship fast approaching from our left. Let's turn around. All of our weapons should be on. Oh gosh, I was unprepared. Oh gosh, it's approaching from this side right here. I don't know if you guys can see the signal right here. Yeah, right there. We have an armed ship. I don't have, oh gosh, I don't have any form of, I'm unprepared still. I don't have any form of camera. This is bad. I won't be able to actually aim with these things, but it's fine. As long as I just aim, you know, relatively where they are, we should hit. Okay, Yeah, they're approaching from the side. Can I add a camera real quick, I wonder? Let's hop in here. Cam, give me a camera. Grab a bunch of components. Our ship will fight on its own. It's fine. And we already have a couple of those drones out, so hopefully those will now target the thing. But let me hop out right here. I want to add a camera somewhere on this thing so that I can actually see what's going on. Let's use this camera right here. Boom. Camera. Oh gosh, everything's fighting. Ah! What? Wait, what happened? What just happened? I got launched away from the ship. Oh, you know what? I think the artillery cannon launched me. It actually hit me directly. Like my own artillery cannon. That's crazy. Okay, we now have a camera. Number 5. All right, there's our camera. Let's go ahead and lock this. I'm gonna fire my railguns as well. We've got to back up. Oh gosh, this is scary. This is 2 ships. Back up, back up, back up, back up, back up. Let's use our railgun here. Fire 1 right here. I don't know that they're firing properly. I'm backing up. I'm backing all the way up though, because this guy is really, really close and I don't like that. Yeah, so for the record, this is another one of the Armageddon ships. We have the Arm Tonga and we have the Arm something else, but let's back up. We have a lot of weapons. I'm not too afraid, except for the fact that we've already lost one of our railguns, which is bad. But I'm gonna give us a little bit of distance from them because I don't want to be this close to them. Oh gosh, that thing is nimble. Okay, we're a little bit more nimble now though too, which is very nice. All right, we're getting some nice hits. Let's go down here and go to staggered. Let's do our launch stagger. Let's go ahead and trigger now, and that should launch our ships that we just worked on. All right, there we go. There's one of the ships, which has barely managed to tumble out. Here comes another one. B seems to be still broken, but C right there managed to get out. That's good. So those guys should now start engaging the Tonga and the whatever this one is. Let's use our railguns again. We have 2 and 3. Okay, we're a little bit low there, so let's hit them up here. Oh, that was very close. That was very close to being a hit. I think most of its weapons might be out at this point. I think we stop engaging that ship right there and we start engaging the Tonga, because the Tonga's still firing. All right, Tonga, here we go. Wait, the Tonga's shooting at, what is the Tonga shooting at? Oh, it's shooting at our little drones. I thought it was shooting at the Enzio. Okay, let's move in to engage. We still have our artillery turrets doing a lot of damage to the Tonga here. But at least the Tonga's not focused on us. It's focused on our little drones, which is very good for us. We're within range now for our little turrets to take shots at it, which is good. It's not focused on us, which again, really good. It's focused on our little drones. So we're protecting a lot of damage that way. It's going to, oh, it stopped. Please don't fire your railguns at me. It looked like it was trying to. Let's go into this view right here. Oh my gosh. We have both ships now turning on us, but that one over there, I don't think is firing at us. All right, we're getting good hits on it. I just really hope we have enough ammo for this, but I think most of them should be down. We have Railgun 1 and Railgun 2 up and ready. So let's hit Railgun 1 right there. Railgun 2. I'm seeing these not really fire very well, so I'm wondering what's going on. Maybe they're hitting something. Oh, I didn't even see that message. The Enzio in the log said, "There's the snowstorm. Don't let him get away." Oh my gosh. So they're targeting me specifically. Luckily, our build and repair system that we got from the Star Shredder is still doing its pretty good work. It's still working on fixing our stuff as they get broken. We've got more railguns ready, so let's get ready to fire them here. Fire 1. Let's fire this one. I don't even know if they're firing. It still appears to have this one railgun ready, which worries me. But other than that, I think most of its weapons are out at this point. It's still maybe got one on the bottom there. I really need to figure out my railguns. I wish they were working. Because I feel like they're not firing, but maybe they just are and I can't see them from my camera angle. I can't tell. All right, at this point, I think we're good. So let's go to turrets. All right, there we go. All the turrets have been turned off. I'm gonna add them to my hotbar here real quick. So all right, all of our turrets are now on our hotbar finally, so that's good. And we have this ship just kind of flying around us. I think it's completely gone though. None of its turrets are active. It doesn't have the railgun anymore. All of its turrets are on fire, so we can probably go and stop it. Let's grab give me a MR. Wait, it's still firing. Oh no, okay. Well, I guess if you wanna continue this battle, let's go ahead and turn on our turrets. Enjoy. I want them to target weapons as well if possible. Okay, I turned it off again. I think it's pretty much, it's focused on, like it's aiming at me, but I'm pretty sure some of the turrets, oops. Some of the turrets in the back there are still active, so I need to be a little bit cautious of that. And they will fire at me if they get a chance. Oh, I think it's gonna fire at us in a second here. Yeah. Ow! Yo, what the heck? All right, we need to go take out that turret. I don't want to turn on all my guns because it's gonna open fire on the entire thing. So let's just go over here, weapon out, and just, you know, hit it with this. Go ahead and relative dampeners. The turret is right here. So actually, you know what? I can just go grind it down. Stop. Stop it. Stop it. Stop being cringe. Okay. You as well. Probably another turret on this side if I... Nope, that one's taken out. Okay, perfect. So this ship is now neutered. It's still got its AI stuff active, though. That's why it's, like, flying around us and crashing into us and stuff. But as long as it doesn't have any turrets, we should be fine. So what I want to do is try and get into this thing and then check out... And actually, this looks very similar to the ship, the Juno that we took out. I remember seeing this thing right here. So now I know the Armageddon faction likes to steal stuff. Are we on the bottom of the ship? They like to steal stuff. So it's possible they stole this ship and that ship and all these ships from like a fleet or something, or a shipyard or something like that. Okay, let's head inside. I want to be very cautious of potential turrets. As always, yep, there was one, but luckily it's been shot. I think we should, ow. It's gonna crash into our stuff, man. This goes to the outside, I think. I'll just open it as like an extra escape. But we need to figure out how to stop the AI stuff because it's that's the snowstorm. I was about to shoot at the snowstorm. Pretty sure there's nothing else that I need to be worried about here, but I need to find the AI block that keeps getting it to... Yeah, that thing right there is most likely what I need. All right, no more remote control for you. And you are still active, my friend. Let's go ahead and grind that down.
Inventory full.
And we can move forward as well. There is some stuff in here. Wait, there's a Prototech gyro in here. Oh my gosh. Okay. There's one of these, which I'll go ahead and grind down. This is a spawner though. So it's entirely possible there are some soldiers on this grid. We need to be very careful then if that is the case. I haven't seen any though, so I'm not too worried, but they could be around. I think this ship is completely taken out. So what I might do is I might take it over, which is going to involve grinding down that bed over there. And then I might tell my little nanite friends to go to work on it. All right, that should be the only thing left, which means this should now be mine. Uh-oh, it's like flying away or something. I don't want it to do that. Oh no, it's just doing circles. Okay, we're fine. Anything in there? Oh, there are some stuff. There's some Prototech stuff in there, actually. That's very nice. I'll go ahead and grind that up as much as I possibly, or weld that up as much as I possibly can. Actually, the nanites are gonna help me out. And I say nanites, they're not really nanites, but those dudes will help me out. Let's go ahead and put that there, get a seat. And we're gonna plop down a seat here real quick so that we can turn off the AI control. All right, there's our seat, but we have autopilot enabled, so let's go for an AI move. Let's turn that off, and we should be good now to control this. Okay, we wanna stop this, so I'm gonna do a little bit of a roll just to get it stopped, and it should be good to just sit here after that. There we go. Okay, roll is completed. Perfect. Now we have this other ship, which is very similar to the Juno. I want to go in here and see what we have in our inventory. So just take a look through this stuff and see. We have a lot of ammo here. I'm going to go ahead and hide empty just so it's a little bit shorter of a list. We have some artillery sabos, which we can absolutely use. And we have some Prototech scrap, which we could use if we're able to get our Prototech assembler up and running. But in terms of Prototech, they do have a Prototech gyroscope, which is absolutely something that we would be happy to use. But we need to make sure that the nanites don't destroy that because they will probably, you know, destroy the entire thing. And they would probably destroy the Prototech machinery and circuit and that sort of thing. Okay, so where's the other ship? The Enzio. I can't say words apparently. All right, we're gonna go in for the Enzio. We need to be careful though, again, because that ship is far away. We don't know if it has weapons that are still active, so we need to be careful here. All right, let's move in on the Enzio and hope that it doesn't have turrets. Oh my God, it's got turrets. Okay, understandable, have a nice day. Understandable, have a nice day. Oh my gosh. Okay, potentially we can approach this from a different angle because that turret is right there. So if we approach it from an angle where that turret can't see. Okay, fine. You have turrets, I understand. Okay, there must be an angle where it doesn't have turrets that can hit us. I think maybe the front bottom is the angle. Yeah, this is the angle. This is it. Okay. Lock onto it. All right, perfect. Ooh, where are you? Where are you guys, turrets? Meow. Feel like I'm James Bond here. Secret toilet. This looks like the same ship as the other ship that we just took. Ah! Okay, there was a turret. All right, I don't know where that turret was, but it can definitely see us. I'd like my body back. That? It might be that. Okay. Grab all stuff real quick. I think I might see it right there. Can't tell if that's a turret. It definitely hit us though. I wonder, it's either through there or, oh, that's one. Okay. So we have a couple turrets. Let's try to engage them here real quick. Oh, it hit me once. Is it still aiming at me? It might be. I can maybe, ooh. Okay, it's down. There was another one though, because that one definitely didn't hit us from there. I don't see any over here. Perfect. That's one, I think. No, that's not one. Wait, there's no way that hit me from there though. Wait, this is another Prototech thing. Okay, we have 2 Prototech gyros, which we can absolutely use. That's probably why this thing's flipping out all the time, like going crazy, spinning. Ooh, run this way. Okay, we're fine here. Okay, we're fine there. Perfect. Okay, that might be the only turret then. But how then did it hit me when I was standing right here? Unless it hit me. Oh, it's got an angle. Okay, I see. All right, let's move through this thing and take out some of the turrets. So here's one right here. I don't think it can aim at me from there. Hopefully nothing else can either. We need to take out any other turrets that are along the exterior. There's one right there. Assault cannon. Yeah, so we didn't actually take out all the turrets from this thing, from the snowstorm. It just must have lost its AI control or something like that and started driving away. Giant artillery turret over here as well. So if this is the same ship as the Juno, essentially, and the other one's the same ship as this, they had 3 of these ships, which means this must be their ship type, the ship type of the Armageddon faction, I'm thinking, because these are 3 of the similar ships, which they could have stolen. It's entirely possible they stole these guys as like a fleet. That would be their MO. They do seem to like to steal things. They're, but I don't know. 3 of these ships, it's a lot. Okay, let's put this stuff back in here and then continue this stuff. I think we still have maybe a couple turrets to take out. Yeah, it's just these 2 right here. And then we'll bring this over to where our ship is. Okay, with that, the ship should now be ours. So let's put a seat down somewhere. I'm gonna stick a couple of these blocks right there just to give it a little bit of something, some sustenance. And we were able to get enough for a seat, which is very nice. And we should be able to, nope, autopilot's still enabled, huh? So what broke then? They still have all the stuff, so I wonder why they stopped doing the AI stuff. All right, let's fly this guy over to our ship, which is over there. Stick it right next to the other one. So the Armageddon faction, I don't know what it is with these guys, but they really hate us for some reason. Maybe it's because we stole, or we took out their other ship, so they were like, those guys, we gotta go and murder them. But I don't know, we were just chilling here, and they flew in out of nowhere. I was not expecting that because we were looking for an encounter to go to, and I guess the encounter found us. Well, let's go ahead and start to slow down here as we get a little bit closer. Some of the, in fact, all the forward thrusters I think are busted. In fact, the bottom thrusters might be busted too, so we're gonna have to go like this. I'll tell you what though, that Prototech gyro is pretty darn good. This thing, look how fast this thing moves. I would love to get the Prototech gyro on the snowstorm. We already have 2 Prototech gyros, but since we added so many gyros to the ship, having another Prototech gyro would not be a bad thing. So let's park these guys right here. The snowstorm handled pretty well. I'm sure the snowstorm has a little bit of damage, but I didn't get the vibe that the snowstorm took a crazy amount of damage, which is good. Let's go ahead and assess the snowstorm here and see what sort of damage we took. So over here, where's my flashlight? There we go. Over here, not much damage to this. In fact, any damage that would have been taken has probably already been repaired by the build and repair because they've had quite a while while we were going to get those ships. But we don't have this thing blueprint. We do have it blueprinted, but we don't have it on a thing. You know, I'm wondering if the build and repair doesn't reach this. That could be the case. Let's go ahead and right click that and fix that up. But it looks like, yeah, they took out our forward turret. That's probably something that I would expect in any combat encounter, that they would take out this forward turret. But as long as it draws some fire, it's doing its job. Okay, so forward turret is back up. And what I wonder as well is, did they take out any of our decoys? Yes, they took out both of our decoys actually on that side, and both of our decoys on this side as well. I'm gonna get a projector on this thing so that we can actually put everything on here. This is something that a lot of you guys have been recommending for a long time, is to get a projector on this so that we can easily rebuild. And that last episode was the last major building episode, so don't worry, we're not gonna have another major building episode. We're just going to put anything here that's needed. And in fact, I'll put it maybe, where do I wanna put it? I wanna put it centralized. It would be here. Okay, there we go. We now have the projection perfectly in place, which is good. So this should allow the build and repair to start working on getting some of this stuff welded up. And the build and repair is pretty efficient, but it is a little slow as well. In fact, actually, you know what? I never mentioned at the start of this video what happened to the Juno. So I did let the build, I figured out that as per some people's comments, you can actually tell the build and repair that it should grind down a specific color. So what I did is I painted the entire Juno this color, which is like a hot pink, and I told the build and repair system to go to work on it. Now, this footage that you're seeing right now is me destroying the Juno with the build and repair. But keep in mind, this took about 4 hours of real time. The build and repair is very slow at doing this, unless you have multiple, and we only have the one. So I just sort of let it work while I did other work around the house, and it eventually destroyed the Juno, which is very nice. It's kind of satisfying watching it go back and forth and just, you know, one by one take out these ships. And this might be what we do to these ships as well. I'm not entirely sure what we want to do. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to grab those Prototech not jump drives, but, you know, other things, gyros, and we're going to put them on the ship. And what we could do is we could put them with the other Prototech gyros. It wouldn't be such a bad thing. So let me go down here to where our other Prototech gyros are. We have 2 currently. They're chilling down here in this room. Right here. So we've got the one right there and the one right there. We could put one right here. And one right here. Okay, for now as well, I'm gonna turn off the projector just so I can get these things put in. But these are all half blocks right here. So we'll get these removed. That as well, and this as well. Perfect. Okay, so we now know where we want to put these. So let's go and grab the blocks with our barista, which I think the barista needs a little bit of help because we damaged it while we were grinding some stuff down. So let's head over here. Barista. No, the barista's fine. Never mind. No, it's not fine. We did damage the barista. Okay, perfect. Okay, luckily we have plenty of thruster components at this point. We'll go ahead and toss that right there, and we're good. So I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect here. All right, I think we're gonna start with this ship right here. Let's go ahead and find where the Prototech gyro is. Should be somewhere around this midpoint, if I remember correctly. So we can probably clear a couple blocks around it and then go ahead and put these things in one of these containers. We have a storage shelf 2, okay. Oh, a storage shelf 3 as well. Storage shelf 3s are nice because they contain like superconductors, reactor components, some of the more expensive stuff that you wouldn't expect to find. Do you have anything, by the way? Oh, hang on now. You have a lot of platinum, gold, and magnesium. That's really good stuff. Okay, let's go ahead and remove these conveyors. I just want to try and like clear this out. Okay, let's put a couple blocks right here so that I can actually easily get this. All right, it's been a couple episodes since we've done one of these, but it's not too tricky. We just need to go down into position for this. And then we need to lock this right here. Let's get this in position. Okay, we have the lock right there. So now we need to just go in here and grind out the floor, which just this block right there. Perfect. Oh, that is assembled all of this. I think all this is now separated. All right, we have this now. Oh, that's not what I want to do. Okay, hang on. Back up, and out. I'm gonna make sure that we have this not bumping against things. This is like a game of Operation. You don't want it to go eh. That's bad when it does that. Okay, perfect. We're good. Now let's bring this over to the snowstorm. We have the spot that we wanted in. By the way, you'll notice as we go to the bottom of the snowstorm here, you'll notice the look of the bottom is a little bit different. I added a small shell of heavy armor around a lot of this stuff. Some of it is half block thick, some of it is full block thick, but essentially what we've done, and in fact I should have shown you this when I showed you the gyros, because this is where we added a lot of our gyros, is we added a couple of gyros down here to add the, to the ship, and then we added as well a shroud around the bottom thrusters, because those always used to get taken out, and I didn't want that to happen anymore. So yeah, just a little bit of changes there, which are going to help out a little bit. So this is not going to work actually. Hang on, let me think about this. Okay, I think I have it. It's a little tricky to like imagine how we want to slot this in, but I think I've got it. So I want this to go like this. Let's turn it around this way. And then if I slot it in that way, it should go the way I want it. What I can do though is, as it's a little close, I can take a look again. Yeah, okay, that should work. How are we looking? Are you connecting? No. Why not? Why are you guys not doing the thing? I'm trying to figure out why my merge blocks won't merge. There we go. Okay, I broke something, but it's probably fine. I think I broke, what did I break? I broke my landing gears, man. But we finally got it. It took ages, and I don't really know still what the problem was, but we finally got this there. We broke a couple prototech panels too. Man. Well, what can you do? I'll go ahead and stick that right there, that right there, that right there. Remove these guys. We'll let the nanites go and take those because they like to. There we go. And then, yeah, that's that. All right, let's go get the other one. Just one more to go. And then we'll have 4 prototech jump drive. Why do I keep calling them jump drives? Gyroscopes. All right, the other one is gonna be in the other ship, which is, we need to find it. I don't know exactly where. All right, where are you? If I were a prototech gyroscope, where would I be? I'd be over here somewhere. Aha, there we are. Oh, it's also missing a couple panels, dang. It's okay. All right, we've got it. This time I'm getting it from a different angle, which I think is gonna make a little more sense. We've already got the merge block attached to it, so we don't have to do that later. And let's go ahead and bring this over to the snowstorm. And hopefully this one goes a little bit smoother than the last one. The last one took like 20 minutes to figure out what was going on with the merge blocks, but this one I have a good feeling about. I feel like this one's just gonna go right in. Oh, that's what I was looking for. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and disconnect this. And there we go. With that, we should now have some proper gyroscopes. Just missing a couple prototech panels. We do have a couple prototech panels, but I don't know. I think it might automatically try and put those in there. Put those back as well. And then I think we are good. Let's actually go through this real quick. So I want to put this back right there, and then we need to put some of these back on here to protect it a little more. And we'll let the nano stuff handle that. Okay, very good. Awesome. Let's bring this back over to the bay. And I think that's really good. Number 9, there we go. All right, perfect. Oh, we're upside down. Okay. All right, awesome. Now I think what I'm gonna end up doing is let's press P, let's get our paint color, because this is the color that we allow the nanites to destroy things with. And let's go over to the ship, and we're gonna do a Control-Shift middle mouse button to paint the entire ship pink like this. And we're gonna do the same for the Enzio right here. Okay, so with both of them being pink, what we're gonna do is we're now going to let our nanites go through and grind down these ships. Now, I think this is gonna take a very long time, so what we're gonna do is we're going to do that, and then we're gonna end the episode after that. So here we go, quick time lapse of this ship and that ship being ground down by this. It's probably gonna take like 8 hours, but whatever, I'll let it ride. Okay, 3, 2, 1, boom. All right, everybody, with that, I really hope you enjoyed that time lapse, but that's going to be the end of this episode. If you enjoyed, drop a like. If you didn't enjoy, drop a dislike. Crazy attack by the Armageddon faction. I think things are starting to kick off with them. Hopefully we can put a stop to them for good at some point, because they are just harassing me at this point, and it's unwarranted, I think. Or maybe it's warranted, I don't know. They started this. They stole my ship. But anyway, that's going to be the end of this one. I really hope you enjoyed. Comments down below. Subscribe if you're not subscribed and you want notifications for when videos go live. If you'd like to become a YouTube member or Patreon, there are links below in the description where you can get your name in the end credits here. You can get early access to videos, and for some of the higher tiers, you can get shout outs as well. So the people we're going to shout out at the end of this video are Joshua Wilson, Tyler Hedstrom, and Silent Contender. Thank you very much for your support. And thanks everyone who's watching these for your support as well. It really does mean a lot. And I will see you all in the next episode of Space Engineers Survival.